Have you ever wondered what would happen if you just stopped eating dairy? Like, for a whole month? No more cheese on your pizza, no more milk in your coffee, no more ice cream on a hot day. It sounds kinda drastic, right? Well, I decided to take the plunge and find out for myself. Today, I'm sharing everything that happens to your body when you ditch dairy for 30 days. The results were honestly pretty surprising, and some of them might make you rethink that next glass of milk. So grab a dairy-free snack, and let's get into it. First things first, why would anyone even want to do this? For a lot of people, it's about digestion. You've probably heard of lactose intolerance. It's super common. In fact, it's estimated that around 68% of the world's population has some difficulty digesting lactose, which is the sugar found in milk. Symptoms can range from bloating and gas to stomach cramps and diarrhea. Not exactly fun. For me, I always felt a little heavy after a big dairy-filled meal. I wanted to see if cutting it out would make a difference, so day 1 began. The first week was interesting. The biggest challenge wasn't the cravings, but simply finding alternatives. You don't realize how much dairy is in everything until you start looking. It's in bread, salad dressings, and even some potato chips. I became a pro at reading labels. My go-to breakfast of cereal with milk was out, so I switched to oatmeal with almond milk and berries. It was actually delicious. For my coffee, I experimented with oat milk and soy milk. Oat milk was the clear winner for me. It's so creamy. By the end of week 1, I noticed the first major change, my digestion. The constant low-level bloating I had just accepted as normal was gone. I felt lighter and less sluggish after meals. This was a huge win and motivated me to keep going. Moving into week 2, another unexpected benefit started to show up. My skin. I've dealt with occasional breakouts my whole adult life, nothing major, but always a few annoying pimples here and there. Nothing major, but always a few annoying pimples here and there. Around day 10, I noticed my skin was looking clearer. Like, noticeably clearer. I did some research, and it turns out there's a link between dairy consumption and acne for some people. Some studies suggest that hormones in milk can stimulate oil production and inflammation, leading to clogged pores. Now, this isn't true for everyone, and the science is still being debated, but for my skin, it was like a magic trick. I was waking up with a smoother, more even complexion. This was a side effect I was not expecting but was very happy to welcome. By week 3, I was in a good rhythm. I had my favorite dairy-free substitutes nailed down. There are amazing plant-based cheeses, yogurts, and even ice creams out there now. The market has exploded with options. But this is also when I noticed something else happening. My energy levels felt more stable throughout the day. You know that 3 p.m. slump where you feel like you need a nap? It wasn't hitting me as hard. I can't say for sure it was only because of the no dairy rule, as I was also more conscious of eating whole foods in general. But removing dairy often means cutting out a lot of processed foods high in sugar and saturated fats, like cheesy snacks and creamy desserts. Replacing those with more nutrient-dense options like fruits, nuts, and veggies naturally gives you a more sustained energy release. Okay, so let's talk about the big question. What about calcium and bone health? This is the #1 concern people have when they think about cutting out dairy. We're taught from a young age that milk builds strong bones. And yes, dairy is a great source of calcium. But it's not the only source, not by a long shot. During my 30-day challenge, I made sure to get calcium from other places. Dark leafy greens like kale and spinach are packed with it. So are fortified plant milks, tofu, almonds, and even beans. For example, 1 cup of cooked collard greens has about the same amount of calcium as a cup of milk. The key is just being mindful and ensuring you're eating a varied diet. It's totally possible to meet your calcium needs without a single drop of dairy. As I neared the end of the 30 days, I took stock of how I felt overall. The bloating was gone, my skin was clearer, and my energy was more consistent. It felt pretty incredible. But was it all sunshine and roses? not entirely. There were moments I really missed a slice of authentic, gooey mozzarella pizza. And social situations could be a little tricky. You have to be that person who asks about ingredients at a restaurant or turns down a homemade dessert at a friend's house. It takes a bit of planning, but it's manageable. So the 30 days were up. The big reveal. Did I go back to dairy? The answer is, sort of. I've become what you might call a conscious dairy consumer. I realized I feel much better when I don't have it every day, so now I primarily stick to a dairy-free diet at home. I use oat milk in my coffee and cook with plant-based alternatives. But if I am out and there's a truly amazing-looking cheese board or a special ice cream flavor I want to try, I'll have it. And I'll enjoy it without guilt. The difference is that it's now a sometimes food, not an all-the-time food. This experiment showed me how my body personally reacts to dairy and gave me the power to make more informed choices. If you're thinking about trying this yourself, my advice is to just go for it. You don't have to commit to a lifetime change. Just try it for a few weeks and see how you feel. Pay attention to your digestion, your skin, your energy levels. Your body is an amazing source of information, you just have to listen to it. Start by swapping out one thing at a time, like the milk in your cereal, and see how it goes. You might be surprised by what you learn. It's a journey of self-discovery, one meal at a time. This 30-day challenge was a real eye-opener for me. It's not about demonizing a food group. It's about finding what works best for your individual body. For me, reducing dairy made a significant positive impact. Have you ever tried cutting out dairy? What was your experience like? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.